The Bush administration and the pro-amnesty senators continuing to push their grand compromise on illegal immigration despite the wishes of the American people, their constituents. But yesterday, several senators, including Jeff Sessions and Senator Jim DeMint, sent a letter to the president calling upon him to enforce this nation's current immigration laws. Joining us now, Senator Jeff Sessions, Senator Jim DeMint. Gentlemen, good to have you with us. Have you heard back from the president or anyone in the White House about your suggestion?
I don't think we've heard anything yet. I think the letter went off yesterday, but I think the letter emphasizes there's a lot of good laws out there not being enforced today. We need some more, but those could make a real difference if they were actively pursued.
Lou, I hear more than anything else back home in South Carolina, just enforce our laws. Just do what you've already passed. I think people want us to earn their trust, and right now they don't trust the Senate or the Congress. The
announcement today that new passport rules are going to be rolled back. We've just had the previous announcement from the State Department that those rules, rule after rule is being rolled back. Passport applications now taking 3 to 4 months. How in the world does the federal government, whether on the elective side, that is Congress or the president, or on the administrative side, have any credibility at all? It's as if this government has simply, the wheels have come off.
I would just emphasize particularly the U.S. visit-exit system that was passed in 1996, required to be in place in 2005, and is still not in place. And if you don't have an ability to catalog people when they exit the country, like you do when at your workplace, then we don't have a system that'll work at all. So that's a fundamental flaw, and this bill does not fix it.
Lou, the only thing the American people are sure of is that we're going to grant immediate amnesty. The rest is just a hope and a promise, and they really don't believe that the government is committed to securing our borders and to having the data system that would really have a good worker ID system in place.
The absurdities of this legislation, as you have both pointed out, and on the floor of the U.S. Senate, in your own work, they continue, they're compounded, and yet we hear Senator Kennedy, we hear Senator McCain, we hear Senator Lott, others talk about this is the right thing to do, using the same language that was used 21 years ago, bring people out of the shadows. The president puts forward $4.4 billion, he says, for border security. At what point does this charade become such a cheap sham that this White House and Senator Kennedy and Senator McCain are utterly embarrassed by it?
Well, it's a situation in which you can't, they're selling an idea. The idea is a good idea, but when you read the bill, it doesn't get us there. The bill won't work. The Congressional Budget Office said it will only reduce illegal immigration by 13%. That's totally unacceptable.
And Senator DeMint, your colleague, Senator Lindsey Graham, pushing very hard for this, talking about what a boffo idea it is. I mean, what are the senators of South Carolina hearing from your constituents?
Well, our constituents are very clear. Over 90%, probably over 95% of all our calls and emails and letters are telling me to keep fighting to kill this bill. I mean, they see it as a much bigger issue than just immigration. They see it as a selling out of America, as some kind of betrayal. And it's really showing us how alienated so many people feel from this government and how much mistrust there is. This is a bad bill, and it's the wrong time to try to stuff it down America's throat.
Well, Senator Reid says he's going to do just that. We were initially led to believe, Senator Sessions, that the majority leader would bring this forward using Rule 14, the so-called clay pigeon approach, as part of the strategy in that to get this bill underway. That was supposed to originally have happened either Monday night or Tuesday. Now we're told that perhaps next week. What's going on? What are you being told?
Well, they're planning it with the precision of the Normandy invasion, if not more so. They have got every avenue covered to limit the number of minutes it will be debated, and they've conjured up this clay pigeon approach that, to my knowledge, has never been used before, at least to limit amendments.
Right.
Sometimes people have used it to try to get amendments, But then the group is met. They pick the amendments that will be allowed to be voted on. And, of course, the amendments that I've offered, I suspect the amendments Senator DeMint have offered are not going to be part of that group. So it's a railroad, I think, pretty surely.
Well, yes, Senator.
Lou, this debate is tearing America apart, the Republican Party apart. We're going to do everything we can to stop it, because it's unprecedented for a bill to go down 3 times and then keep bringing it back up. They're using procedures that are never used in the Senate, and so something doesn't smell right here. And so I'm more convinced than ever that we've got to stop this bill.
Let me ask you both the final question here. Are we going to see this president and this Democratic leadership in the Senate back off at all on this, or are they going to drive it through? And if they do, will it prevail or fail?
Well, I believe the majority leader has made clear he's going to attempt to move this bill, but I think it's uncertain right now whether he'll have the votes to move it forward. Maybe Jim has a better idea.
Well, I hope your viewers will continue to call their senators and let them know what they think, because they need to hear from America right now, and this time America is right.
Well, Americans tend to be right, in my humble opinion. Senator DeMint, thank you very much. Senator Sessions, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Gentlemen, thank you.